We're taking a peek into geek culture and sharing our top 10 fandom favorites. Let Your Geek Side Show presents Geek Culture Countdown. Hey guys, this is Kitty.
And this is Susan.
And we're coming to you live from the Sideshow Studios in sunny California. Welcome back to the Geek Culture Countdown. Today we're celebrating some of our favorite fictional women to count down the top 10 girl groups in comics. Just in time for Galentine's Day, we're highlighting some of the best female friendships across Marvel, DC, Image, Archie Comics, and more. Whether they're delivering the daily news, rocking out, or saving the world, these girl groups are our definition of squad goals. Listen along to find out if your favorite comic book ladies are joining our official girl gang. All right, so before we get started, first of all,
I'm really excited about this podcast.
Yes.
Because this was such a fun list to put together.
It was also a very difficult list to put together because we had to axe some beloved girl groups.
Oh my God. I was kind of bummed about a couple of them in particular. But we also learned that there's an entire other list that we'll be able to do later.
Yes.
So that's exciting too.
Yeah, of more
duos.
Duos.
Pairs.
Dynamic duos.
Dynamic pairs.
But
that's not a thing.
Yeah, these ones, I think all these girl groups we chose mostly not only because of the strength of the group as an organization, but also just the interpersonal relationships that the women have with each other. I mean, I love those teams where everyone has a role. So it's
totally.
There's the mathematics whiz and there's the wordsmith and or whatever.
Or sometimes one plays drums and one can sing.
That's true. Actually, I think we got a couple of
We
groups.
have a couple of those groups. Anyway.
All right. So then should we just launch?
Yeah, totally. Never mind. Let's just go.
Okay.
Go. Do it.
All right. So number 10 on our list are the female Furies. So
such a fun group.
Not every girl group is sugar spice and everything nice like you might think. The female Furies made their debut in 1972, created by Jack Kirby as a part of the New Gods. And so, it gets interesting when you get all the fourth world stuff going up in there. So they are an elite strike force on the planet Apocalypse, loyal to Darkseid. And they were trained by Granny Goodness, who, although her name suggests two very nice things,
she is not very nice.
She is not very nice at all. And these women are strong and fearless. They often establish the group leadership by infighting with each other. So it's who comes out on top. And Big Barda used to be their former leader, but all the current women on the team have amazing code names or actual names. Their names are Bernadette, Stompa, Guillotina, Lashina, and Mad Harriet. And so I think just this Jack Kirby classic staple. I think the female Furies are also a little underappreciated, and so we definitely wanted to give them a space on this list, especially because if
all goes well,
then Big Barda's going to be showing up on the big screen at some point soon.
In a New Gods movie.
Oh my gosh,
I know.
That'll be so exciting.
Hopefully. Fingers crossed.
All right, so
Ava DuVernay, am I right?
Oh my goodness, that would be phenomenal. So these ferocious fighters, the female Furies, are number 10 on our list.
Number 9 on our list is a kind of more recent girl group. Number 9 on our list is the Mary Janes. This girl band started on Earth 65 by M.J. Watson. Spider-Woman, a.k.a. Gwen Stacy, is the drummer, and they became famous during a fight that broke out during one of their concerts, and Spider-Woman showed up at the show. What?
Oh my gosh, and Gwen Stacy missed her chance to meet Spider-Woman.
I know,
crazy.
What? When does that happen? Super weird. Other members include Felicia Hardy, who had to drop out of the group. But otherwise, this group is just kind of a badass band of awesome chicks that started in Earth 65 and now where are they now? What? I think they smashed into Earth 616.
They probably did, and I know that they're in the Marvel Rising movies right now. But didn't an actual group record at least one song as the Mary Janes? I love when
I know when
happens.
it crosses over into IRL. But yeah, number 9 on our list, the Mary Janes.
All right, number 8 on our list is A-Force. This was originally a limited time team as a part of the Marvel Secret Wars event in 2015. It always comes back to Secret Wars. This was their first all-female team of Avengers, and technically the lineup included pretty much everyone in the Marvel multiverse, because Secret Wars was where all the multiverse collided together. And it featured notable heroes from the X-Men, the Runaways, the actual regular Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy, and the Inhumans all working together. But my favorite part was when they actually brought this team into the 616, and it was a much, much smaller roster led by She-Hulk, but it also introduced us to two unique heroes, Singularity, who is a cosmic... She's a cosmic happening.
Yeah, she's just something
it's just
that
stars.
Is happening.
It's just stars in the form of a woman.
It reminded me of the Celestial, or the Living Tribunal.
Yeah. She
looks a lot like that.
And she's definitely, she's got those galactic flows going through her. And then we also got a brief team up with Dazzler Thor, who was one of the Thors of the Secret Wars universe. Because, like, everyone became a Thor in service to do, multiverse.
Everyone's Thor now.
But yeah, Dazzler Thor and her hammer Lightbringer joined the team for a little while until she succumbed to the Mpox virus.
Fun fact, my cat hates Dazzler.
Oh no, why?
Oh, I don't know.
How do you know?
Because I have a Dazzler figure that he's always trying to, like, murder.
Oh no.
So let's see what happens against Thor Dazzler.
I think you need to assemble some A-Force in your team to
to
defend
to
against
help her
your
out.
cat. So number 8 on our list is A-Force.
Number 7 on our list is the Paper Girls.
Oh, this is another newer group.
Newer. I wound up with a bunch of newer groups, but written by Brian K. Vaughan and drawn beautifully by Cliff Chiang. This is a group of paper delivery girls who are caught in the middle of the Battle of Ages. This series and the group itself continually ask the question, should time travelers be able to change the past from the future? And so it's constantly like a jump back and forth in time. Erin specifically is always meeting other versions of herself. Like, how many versions of Erin have there been throughout?
At least 2, but maybe I think like 3 or 4.
I thought there was a third one at least.
Yeah,
so,
probably.
Anyway,
I mean, who knows when they're changing the future so much?
Exactly. So these girls are constantly finding themselves displaced in time and sometimes battle the old timers who constantly wage war against their future descendants. This is an ongoing series that is up to issue 25 now, but there are collected editions, so I highly recommend picking it up.
And it will be ending as a series in July. I think that's really cool. I hope they deliver some answers on time travel.
I hope so too. But our also friend to the site and Sideshow itself, Matt Wilson's the colorist. So we have to give a shout out to him.
Heck
Color
yeah.
and Matt.
Color and Matt.
So number 7 on our list, the Paper Girls.
You could you know what? Fun fact, I'm a part of the Paper Girls gang. You could apply, when the first issue came out, you could apply for an American Newspaper Delivery Guild membership card. And so I have a membership card.
Oh my gosh.
That I got signed by Cliff Chiang and Jared Fletcher, the letterer.
That's amazing. So you have to get the other one. You have to get Brian and,
and Matt.
And Matt eventually.
Yeah. And then my membership will be official. So I'll be part of this girl gang.
See, I picked up this book, I think around issue 6 or 7. So it was after the first trade had been released. And so I missed my chance to be in the Paper Girls.
Oh. Yeah, anyway. they marketed it as War of the Worlds meets Stand By Me, and it's so much more complex than that.
I was going to say that is like simplifying it to a level that I don't agree with.
But hey, it was effective and it got me to buy the book.
There you go.
All right. So number 6 on our list are a group that's been around for a little while, but I think the context everyone thinks about them in really came out in 2018. This is the Dora Milaje. They were first introduced in 1998 as an elite fighting force to keep the peace in Wakanda, but more specifically, the name Dora Milaje means adored ones. And they were brides in training originally for King T'Challa. He would hand pick these warrior women from rival tribes. So they weren't in the main Wakandan tribe. So there were, oh my goodness. So there were some Jabari women and other tribes in the comics whose name
the blue one.
Yeah.
The blue one with the rhinos.
Yes. So these women were handpicked to be his Royal Military Guard and also brides in training, but they've kind of since done away with that element, which I think is really good.
It's for the better.
It's for the better, especially when Black Panther came out on screens in 2018.
And you had Okoye, who basically just like blew everyone else out of the water with her warrior woman attitude.
Oh my gosh, just to see on screen like would you kill me,
I was
my love?
Say,
like,
that was exactly the moment. Would you kill for Wakanda?
For Wakanda.
And then like she just like spear in her hand. What was it? Without question?
Without question.
Without question.
Oh my God. So cool.
I got goosebumps just talking about it.
Yeah. So now, of course, the Dora Milaje are really out in full force as the elite Wakandan military. And some of the most notable members are, of course, Okoye, and then Aneka and Ayo, who in the comics defect and form a new girl group called the Midnight Angels. But we don't have time to go into that. And then Nakia in the comics is a member of the Dora. I know in the movies she's kind of a little like, don't call me that.
She's like, I'm not a Dora.
But yeah, and then just Okoye. I want her in every Marvel movie ever.
Every Marvel movie ever.
Yeah, the Dora Milaje. Oh my God, like they're too cool. They're way too cool. I mean, they're way too cool for this list. No, they're just cool enough to be on this list. That's why they're number 6.
So funny.
I'm fangirling. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's totally fine. I do the same thing when I see them at Disneyland. When we went to Disneyland and we saw them, we were like, should we talk to them? Can we ask them for a picture?
Oh my gosh. I know. And I was like, oh no. Like,
do you think that they'll talk to us?
Do you think they'll say no if we ask?
What if we ask for a picture and they say no?
I can't take that rejection.
Yeah. Oh my God. We can't be rejected by the Dora. Amazing. Now, jumping over to Gotham, number 5 on our list is the Gotham City Sirens. Normally, I want to say traditionally, you would think of the Sirens as Catwoman, Ivy, and Harley, right? Mm-hmm. When the comics came out, they had their own series called the Gotham City Sirens. It was those 3. However, I learned that a few others have kind of come in and out.
Oh, really?
Like Lady Gotham ladies. Like,
oh, okay.
Yeah, but I still consider Catwoman, Ivy, and Harley to be the baddest women with the biggest hearts. Because if you think about it, like I never really consider all 3 of them at any point in time all bad or all good.
Yeah.
They kind of all live in that gray area of they don't always make the right choices, or sometimes they do, but they don't really get there in like the best way.
They do the wrong things for the right reasons.
Exactly. That's a really good way to put it. So they're constantly proving that they are more than the villains the Gotham PD would have you believe. And they had their own series, and it ran 26 issues from 2009 to 2011. I highly recommend picking that up. I own all 26 issues, the first printings. Not that they're worth anything. I just love the dynamic of all of them.
And I also love it just from a superficial point of view, like the color scheme.
Oh, the colors were amazing.
Colors of the way all 3 of them match up is just fantastic.
And then this series took place right after Heart of Hush. So you have Catwoman dealing with some major issues.
To say the least. She kind of still has loyalty to Zatanna, who put her back together, but she is very much living a life of crime with Harley and Ivy. So where does she stand? There you meet Catwoman's sister. Harley gets dumped by the Joker. Lots of things happen in this series. And they've got a girl group to support them through all of it.
They do indeed, though they're not the most supportive of ladies all the time.
Yeah. They also strike me as the friends who they support you by encouraging you to do things that are not the smartest.
Yeah, but they're also the friends who are like, everyone else can hurt you, but if you try to hurt her, like, you know, like I can do whatever I want to you, but if you try to hurt my sister, I will beat you the F up, you know? Like that's the type of girl group they are.
Girl groups come in all stripes.
Yeah. So there you go. Number 5, the Gotham City Sirens.
All right. Number 4 on our list, we're taking a trip over to Boom Studios, and the Lumberjanes are number 4 on our list. They're basically the cool summer camp friends that we all wish we had. This is a group of friends, Mal, Ripley, Molly, April, and Joe. They're in a scout camp over the summer, and they discover that, you know, like any good forest, the forest that their camp is up against is filled with weird supernatural creatures. Mm-hmm. I mean, beware the kitten holy. Lots of weird stuff going on in the woods. And so they form a squad to solve mysteries and earn scout badges while they're at it.
I have their scout badges.
I have a couple of their scout badges too.
Yeah.
You want to guess which one I have?
Which one do you have?
The Pungent Master
Oh my God, of course you do.
So Boom Studios, if anyone wants to join the Lumberjanes, Boom Studios usually sells like patches of the different like scout badges.
So find their booth at different conventions, and they have different ones for different conventions.
Yeah, it's super fun because there's badges for being real smart at math, for there's Friendship to the Max, which is
Friendship to the Max,
which is the theme of their whole series. The Pungent Master, there's one for pulling all-nighters, I think.
I have that one, but I liked the design of it, and I didn't really like fully understand. Oh, right, this is that one, because I never I don't pull all-nighters. I enjoy sleep.
I've only pulled all-nighters to watch all the Harry Potter movies in a row.
Oh, I did that. I didn't even do it to watch them. I did it to read the books.
Oh,
I would buy
that's
the book.
More brain power.
I'd buy the book at midnight and read it all the way through the night.
Ooh. All right. Well, as a part of their elite puzzle-solving squad, each girl has their own special talent. Joe is really good with math. April keeps the group's notes. Molly is a skilled archer. Mal is their strategist. And Ripley usually kicks off the adventure by running headfirst into danger.
Which one do you think is my favorite? Do you know?
Ripley?
I like Ripley and Molly.
Okay. I really like April.
Of course you do.
And the series was originally this speaks to the strength of the girl group itself, but also the community that gathered around these comics. The series was only supposed to be 8 issues long, but after Acclaim, they went to over 50 because I think they did 50 and then a couple of special one-shots, and they crossed over with Gotham Academy, and I think they did a couple of like prose novels, and reportedly there's a movie in development, but
that's amazing.
We don't know. Yeah. Haven't heard much news about that, but yeah. And they've earned scouting patches for also making jailbreaks. That's another scout badge.
Oh my God, I need that one.
In the Lumberjanes. So the Lumberjanes are our number 4 choice on our list.
Okay. Number 3 on our list is Danger Girl. They are they're described as Charlie's Angels, but I really disagree with that because they're so, like, not that Charlie's Angels aren't a good girl group, but I feel like they cover a lot more ground. Abby Chase, Sydney Savage, and Natalia Kessel are the main members. This was published by IDW Comics and created by J. Scott Campbell. It was originally, again, supposed to be only 7 issues, but the popularity of it just kind of blew up and it became its own ongoing series.
I think that's a lesson to everyone. Like, if there's something you love, let people know that you love it because there's other people who love it too.
Right.
And the more
talk about the things that you love, the more you cultivate the love, the more
comic book issues you'll get.
Yeah. So I think the more accurate depiction is like Abby Chase is pretty much James Bond but a girl. And then Sydney's pretty much like Indiana Jones but a girl.
Oh, okay.
And then like Natalia's kind of like an amalgam of both. She's a little bit Oracle. There's like a lot of other things that they do the thing that you've seen men do in pop culture, but they do it a little bit better because they're coming at it at a slightly different angle. Like it's just it's the notion that if you look at something from only one angle, you're never going to properly see it. And I feel like that's what Abby Chase, Sydney Savage, and Natalia Kessel are constantly doing is they're trying to find the other way around. They're looking at various things from a way that not a lot of people would, and that's why they get hired by it's normally just one dude who kind of work. The reason that it kind of works Charlie's Angel style is because there's like a contact and he's a guy who talks to them. But to call it Charlie's Angels is like such a small scale.
Yeah.
Again, it's simplified. So number 3 on our list is Danger Girl. Now, I also have number 2 on the list.
We switched things up on you this time.
Huh. What? Because basically I couldn't not talk about the Birds of Prey. Traditionally thought of as Batgirl, Black Canary, and Huntress, the Birds of Prey have actually had almost 20 members in rotation since their debut in 1996. This goes for like people like Catwoman, even Ivy and Harley have been a member, so they've absorbed the Sirens at one point. They've had Dove, they've even had a couple men, because they've had Catman and Hawk at one point. So, you never know what's going to happen with the Birds of Prey. These women know everything, and I mean everything that goes on in Gotham City. They've taken on most of Batman's rogues and other villainous groups. They've teamed up with the Suicide Squad and the Doom Patrol. The longtime writer on the series, Gail Simone, has described the team as the foils for one another, each providing the other member with something that they lack, which is kind of amazing.
That's a really great sign of like a good team together.
Because Batgirl, because Huntress is always isolating herself, and Dinah is so loving that you can't help but be drawn in by her personality. Batgirl at the time is sometimes Oracle. She is highly also in her own world, so Canary provides like the love for both of them. Canary can be too trusting, so Huntress provides a nice boundary for her and protection for her in a lot of ways. So they're the ultimate girl group, always supporting one another. And I say the best girl group in DC. Fight me. So number 2 on our list is the Birds of Prey.
All right. So number 1 on our list goes to kind of like, this is almost like an Americana staple classic.
I feel like they're the OG.
Judging by the timeline of when each was published, this would be considered the OG comics girl group for our list. we had to give number 1 on our list to Josie and the Pussycats. So, Josie and the Pussycats from Archie Comics, Josie and Melody actually debuted sooner than Valerie. They showed up in Archie's Pals and Gals in 1962, but the team really didn't form until Valerie was introduced in 1969. Josie and Melody were looking for a new bassist for their music group, and they've got one rival who like kind of has witchcraft powers, which I think is super funny. Like Alexandra, is that her name? But so she tried to cheat her way into the group, but Valerie was a better bassist, and they united as a team in Josie and the Pussycats number 45. That was the first issue that featured the whole band together. And
my friend has that.
They're like, oh, wow.
A friend of mine owns that issue.
Oh, my goodness.
Right?
Ooh.
Right?
That's really cool. And that was, of course, the first one that featured their leopard print costumes and cat ears, and the rest for that group was history. And so this iconic musical trio has featured in Archie Comics since 69. They were adapted into a Hanna-Barbera cartoon in the 70s, and I remember catching reruns of that.
Because they would play it on Saturday morning cartoons in the 80s and 90s.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And then they've been adapted into live action movies. There were several recorded albums.
Have you seen the live action movie?
No, I haven't.
It is so good. I'm sorry. Like, I know people are going to like be like, what are you talking about, Susan? No, for real.
Okay.
For real.
I'll have to
Rachel
go back
Lee Cook, Rosario Dawson.
What?
Yeah, Rosario Dawson. And, oh my God, Tara Reid.
Oh,
and then their manager, Alan Cumming.
So good. Okay, I'm going to have to go back and watch that.
But is he a good guy? I don't know. Anyway.
I don't know.
No, you should totally watch it. It's really good. And the soundtrack is rockin'. It's by Letters to Cleo.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Yeah, so several recorded albums, as we spoke of. I mean, if there's a music group in comics, like I think that's really cool that nowadays, like they're like, we're going to record as the group. Mm-hmm. And then of course,
Riverdale.
Yeah, I was going to say some of the characters have gotten a new life in the television adaptation of
Josie's
Riverdale.
Pretty rad in Riverdale, and then Veronica's part of the group in Riverdale.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Archie Comics, it's one of those things that's like I have a distant love of them, and I see them and I'm like, oh, like Archie Comics, that's really cool. Sabrina was the only series that I really got into.
Oh my God, you'll love Riverdale.
Okay.
Riverdale's so good.
Okay.
And even when it's not, it still is.
And then, of course, because all trios have these good balanced members in them, Josie is the sweet and level-headed leader, Melody is the bubbly comic relief, and then Valerie is the strong, creative, quick-minded friend. Yeah. And so while they have classic like high school student troubles and band drama, they always pull it together and put on a good show. And that's why Josie and the Pussycats are our ultimate girl group in comics for this podcast.
Oh my God. This is, though, such a good list.
I would join any of these groups in a heartbeat if they would have me.
If they would have me.
I mean, the Paper Girls had no choice, but...
Yeah. But obviously, I want to be a part of the Birds of Prey so bad.
Yeah. I'm surprised with both the Sirens and the Birds of Prey. You immediately jumped to those iconic trios, and I think those were the ones that we kind of were like, that's the version that's going on this list, but there are so many iterations of the team.
I've read everything in the Birds of Prey from when Gale took over, actually pre-Gale even. Oh, wow. But especially when Gale was writing the Birds of Prey in the late 90s, early 2000s, I saw that there were 20 members, and then I was like, is that true? And then I like flipped through my books and was like, oh, they have had a lot of members, but it's really just those three.
Yeah. And then like A-Force is
basically all the women.
Technically had every lady in the Marvel universe, and then when they reformed in the 616, they're like, all right, who can we actually reach on the phone this time?
Totally.
Now that the crazy world-ending event is over.
Wow.
So I think that about does
what
it
a great list.
Oh, I love these ladies so much. So to recap our list, number 10 are the female Furies. Number 9 are the Mary Janes. Number 8 are A-Force. Number 7 are the Paper Girls. Number 6 are the Dora Milaje. Number 5 are the Gotham City Sirens. Number 4 are the Lumberjanes. Number 3 is Danger Girl. Number 2 are the Birds of Prey. And number 1 are Josie and the Pussycats. So, did we manage to enlist your favorite comic book ladies? Or should we reconsider our group membership? If we missed someone that you think should be on the list, be sure to check out our blog and send us your opinions at podcasts@geeksideshow.com. And that was our top 10 girl groups in comics. Do you enjoy the Geek Culture Countdown? We are proud to bring you pop culture content completely ad-free, but that doesn't mean we don't need your support to help keep us going. Please take a moment to leave us a 5-star review on iTunes, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting platform and help spread the word about our podcast. We welcome fan feedback. Email us at podcasts@sideshow.com with your thoughts and suggestions for how we can make our shows even better. Plus, tune in for our other pop culture podcasts. See your favorite comic and film characters evolve across 2 generations in the bi-weekly Then and Now podcast. Hear exclusive interviews with celebrities and pop culture industry leaders as they let their geek side show in Look Who Showed Up. Then get all the latest pop culture news with our daily briefing, a 2-minute breakdown of all the biggest geek headlines perfect for your Alexa or Google News briefings. We wouldn't exist without your continued support. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to let your geek side show.